Hey y'all, it's your girl Asia Waseem, and I'm here with Top Recruits Now in Sports Club Florida, interviewing one of my greatest friends, the Michael Androgeny James.
It ain't my middle name. It
Yes, it
ain't my
is.
middle
Yes, it
name.
is. But anyways, they already know your name, Michael. Go ahead and tell the people where you play and what position.
I play at the University of Louisville. I'm a guard in my second year.
All right, so let's just go and do a couple icebreakers before we get into your journey as a basketball player.
hmm
Who in the NBA do you feel like your game is most similar to?
I feel like in the NBA, my game, I kind of model my game after Jimmy Butler. Playing both ends of the floor, defensively and offensively, just being a dog for real. Getting to my spots. Yeah.
All right, you talk about being a dog. I feel like that's real Florida-like. So tell me about what it's like, what it was like for you getting your start in basketball. Like, what made you start basketball, and what kept that passion?
Uh, I just always liked the sport for real. I played a whole bunch of sports. Like I played basketball, football, soccer. I was in the YMCA, so
Mm,
like every little season they had a different sport. So I was
yeah,
playing that, but I kind of just stuck with basketball because I was the best. I feel like I
yeah.
was the best at that. And then my mom just started getting me into training. My dad started getting me into training to just keep me busy. Like they ain't want me like doing stuff that I
Mm,
shouldn't be doing. So
mm,
that's kind of what I did every day. Just come home, go to school, come home, then go train, and then play on my AAU team.
mm. So, what age did you start?
Mm, I probably started like 5 or 6.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, all right. So let's just go ahead and get into your high school career. This is where I first met you at Wakaiva. Yes, your freshman year. How was that like playing as a freshman?
uh, I mean, it was good. I had a good year. I feel like I
Mm,
had a good year. I think I averaged somewhere around like 12 to 13 points as a
mm,
freshman. But like just coming from middle school to high school, it was a big difference. Like
mm.
I wasn't used to playing with people that were that much older than me, and we had a lot of seniors on our team. So I
Mm.
feel like they took me under their wing for real, and they taught me a lot. Like even now, stuff that I use now in college, like they taught me some good stuff. So
Yeah, you talk about playing with older kids, but like, what was the size difference? Were you always this tall?
yeah, I was tall for my age.
Hmm.
So when I came into high school, like I wasn't like shorter than anybody.
Hmm.
I think I was the tallest on my team,
Mm.
or second tallest on my team. So
Hmm.
yeah, so
All
height
right.
wasn't an issue for
Yeah, that's good. That's good. All right, going into your sophomore year, what was
me.
that season like? And like, were colleges starting to show interest then, or was it your junior?
Mm, I I'd say it was like my sophomore year, summer for real.
Mm-hmm.
But going into my sophomore year, I feel like I took like a big jump. Like that summer, I really started working hard because I feel like I did pretty good my freshman year, and I feel like I could go to D1 because
Mm-hmm.
I did good my freshman year. So I just started working hard on my skills, working on my training, just working on my shot and different aspects of my game. And then I came back my sophomore year killing for real. I think I averaged like 16 or 17 my sophomore year, and
Yeah.
it was like my team, like all the seniors left, so
Yeah.
it was my team for real. So I took a big jump, and I think that summer when I started playing with Night Riders, I started playing with Eastwood and Teachwood, and then I started playing
Mm-hmm.
with Night Riders. And I went to a couple camps, and I started getting a little interest, but I didn't have no offers.
So you played AAU throughout like in high school and everything as well.
hmm
Do you feel like playing AAU like really helped you like get to where you are now and like your game?
Yeah, for sure. I think it was a piece of it. I think high school had a lot to do with it for me because like COVID hit my junior, so I didn't get to
Mm-hmm.
play like my 17th year.
Mm-hmm.
And when you play your 17th year, that's where you get like a lot of your offers from and stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
I think like high school, my coach from high school really helped me out a lot
Mm-hmm.
with getting me looked at by schools and stuff because I didn't get to play AAU and stuff. So
All right, so you talk about your coach from high school. I know you're not talking about your coach from Kaiva.
yeah.
You did transfer your sophomore year going into your junior.
hmm
What was the reason that you transferred?
I just want to be like on a better team for real.
Yeah.
Um, be around better players that I knew. A couple of the people on that team, like Jalen Smith, Roger Henry, Fabio Vasili, like I played with them in AAU when I was younger, so
Mm-hmm.
I already had like a chemistry with them, and they were already going to that school. And my first 2 years at Ocala, we wasn't really that good. We was all right, like we
Yeah.
was average, but I wanted to like compete for like a state championship for
Yeah.
real. So and then Oak Ridge would go out of state and play at all these tournaments that would help me get seen by coaches and stuff. So I think it was a good move for me, and ultimately, like that's what helped me get to where I am today, for real.
Yeah, I definitely want to touch on that with Oak Ridge being the school that it is. It was like a basketball school. Like the football team was trash. The
Yeah.
basketball team was like that. Like at Wakaiva, it was the opposite. Like the football team was like that, and y'all was like,
Yeah.
okay. So like, do you feel like crowd and support? Like, do you feel like that like has a part in like how the basketball team plays and stuff like that?
I think it's just player driven for real. Like, I think if the team is good, then that's who the crowd is gonna support. And obviously, like having a lot of people at your game is gonna make you play better, make you want to play, and make your home games like lit and stuff. But I think just having good players, having a good team is what really drives it. We ain't have a good team at Wakaiva, and the football team had a whole bunch of guys going to college. They went to the state championship, so that's who like people gonna support.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So something else I want to get into, you touched on how COVID affected your recruitment process.
Mhm.
So what was that like not being able to play 17U or whatever it was? And like how was the recruitment process for you?
It was weird because like I was working hard that summer. I was really like anticipating playing 17U because I started getting some offers. My 16U year, like I had an offer from Oklahoma State, USF, Cincinnati, and like a couple other schools. So I was getting like big interest and stuff from like a lot of ACC schools, SEC schools and stuff, and they were going to come see me play in the summer. But ultimately, that all that got shut down by COVID and stuff. So we kind of ain't have no plan. Like we ain't know what to do. Some people were still playing through like the COVID, like all that craziness and stuff. But I wasn't. I didn't want to. I didn't want to risk it. Like coming home to my mom and stuff, and potentially like giving COVID to her and stuff. So I just stayed at home, started working out by myself and stuff, and started really locking in with my high school coach in the gym. And he really like, I think that summer was the year where I really like took my game to a whole new level to help me get to where I am, because like every single day I was training at least like 3 times a day, like, throughout the whole summer. So, and then you said like how did it affect my recruitment?
Yeah, how did it affect the recruitment process?
So everything stopped. Like I had visits planned, all that stuff, and then all of it stopped. And they said we couldn't travel nowhere. They couldn't come see us. So everything was over Zoom. So I was just on Zooms every other day talking to coaches. That they showing me their campus through a computer and stuff. Showing me their gym through a computer. They pulling up clips of their games and pulling up clips of my games, talking to me, recruiting me and stuff. So yeah, like I would get my offers through Zooms. So like after I leave my workout, my coaches tell me, "Yo, so and so want to do a Zoom with you." And then I'll come home later, set it up with my mom and my dad, get on the Zoom, we'll talk for a little bit, give they little spill, blah, blah, blah. Then they'll offer me at the end of the Zoom and stuff.
That's crazy. Like when you think about recruitment process, you think about going to the school, getting a feel for the coaches, getting a feel for the campus.
Yeah.
Like you kind of had to do that virtually. So like, what was it about Louisville that made you make that decision since you couldn't go and physically experience?
I feel like Louisville just, like the historic background of Louisville, they won multiple national championships. The fan base like really pours into the whole city, like pours into the basketball team for real. They treat you like you're the NBA team there.
Yeah.
So I kind of wanted to play on that, and like they always play on big stages. And in the ACC, you always every night you run into a pro player, like somebody who's gonna go to the draft. So the competition was there, and then it was coming off a year being #1 in the country, and I wanted to be a part of that. But ultimately, like the biggest thing was I wanted to play early. So with the roster that was coming in my position, it was like a big hole that they needed to fill, and they wanted me to come in and play right away. And all that was going good until like I got hurt. I tore my Achilles and stuff. But ultimately, that was the reason why I chose Louisville.
Yeah. So let's talk about that. So you went up there this summer, you was working out, you was doing really good, and then you tore your Achilles. How did that happen? And let's just get into that story.
So my Achilles was like hurting me for a couple of days throughout the summer, throughout that little week that I tore it. It was hurting me like a couple of days prior before, but I always used to get like pain back there in high school. I think it was because like I was overworking myself and not giving like my body a break. I'd get like a Achilles tendonitis in both of my Achilles. But I thought it was regular because I always had it in high school and stuff. But I was getting treatment, getting stuff worked on it, and it just didn't feel right. But I was doing so good, like I was almost starting to move into the first team and practice and stuff. So I didn't want to like stop and like hurt my progress and stuff. So I just kept going, pushing through it. And then it was just one practice. We were competing, we were going 5-on-5, and then a dude drove on me, shot a layup, missed it. I contested the layup, jumped up, contested the layup, he missed it, and then the ball came right back to me for a rebound. And
Yeah.
right when I jumped up again, it kind of just popped and tore. So yeah,
I know that made you so mad. Like, one of the main reasons you chose the school was because
Yeah.
you could play, and then you getting hurt before you could even show off your talent. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people talk about like the physical aspect of it, but how did that affect you mentally? Like,
It was hard for real, but I feel like I got over it pretty quick. Like
Mhm.
nothing could change my situation. I was just ready to attack my rehab and stuff. Get out of surgery, attack my rehab, and just look forward to when I could play again. But the hardest thing for me was just going to the games and just sitting there, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
Like you can't go into the game and stuff, and like I feel like I could have helped the team that year for
Yeah.
real. But it is what it is.
Yeah, everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
So, what was the rehab process like?
It was hard. That's one of the hardest things like I ever been through for real.
Really?
Yeah. Every day, it's like you have a brand new leg, like a brand new calf. Like you don't have
Yeah.
no muscle in it, and you have to like build it from the ground up. So
Mhm.
I was lifting every day, doing these extra rehab exercises every single day, the same thing every day. And it lasts me about like 2 to 3 hours every day. And then I'll have to sit and watch practice. But like the lifting was just so hard.
Yeah.
I gotta give credit to my old strength coach, Coach Kettler, because like he pushed me through it all and it made me mentally tougher for real. Like a lot of stuff I deal with now, like a lot of stuff that we do now, like it's nothing to me because I was going through all that hard stuff in my rehab. But
Yeah.
it was hard and it's long. It's like 6 to 8 months. So
Jesus. I'm so glad you pointed that out. Like how something that like hurt you physically and like was so tough to get over, like ended up making you mentally stronger, like in the end. So let's just get into your sophomore season. Like, what was that like coming off an injury and attacking a new season and playing your game?
at first, like in the summer when I got cleared, like I just didn't feel like myself.
Mm,
So I was kind of like down on myself. I wasn't doing as good in practice as I knew my previous self to be, like pre-injury.
yeah.
So it was hard, but I eventually started getting into a little groove. Started to work out more, just work on my game like how I usually do. Just went back to what I know how to do, and then I just started getting better and better and better, and then started impressing the coaches more and more. And we had a new coaching staff, so it was like my freshman year all over again.
Oh yeah.
So just going through that, going to the preseason, I was just in my groove, and I started to feel like myself more and more. That I was on the court and stuff, and then eventually, as the year started, I was already a proven starter, and then I got off to like a bit of a slow start playing because it was my first game in probably like 2 years,
Yeah.
a year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah.
So I got off to like a slow start first couple games, like first half of the season, but I started to pick it up more and more. I got my groove more and more. I got feel back for the game and stuff. So I had a good year. I averaged about like 10 points a game, 3 rebounds and stuff. So that's good for like your freshman year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know that y'all had like a very young team. So what was like the team dynamics like? Like, and how do you think that affected y'all season?
We had a very young team, so like we couldn't really go to our bench a lot. So we had a couple guys like who we needed to play, but they just weren't ready because they were freshmen. They didn't know the game and stuff. So we really couldn't go to our bench, so we had to rely on like our first 7 or 8 guys, and ultimately that wasn't really good enough because we didn't have that good of a season. So
Yeah.
but I feel like now that we got a whole new team, we're still young, but we got a whole new team with I feel like better players. I feel like we're deeper. I feel like we'll be able to go to our bench more. And then I'm stepping into a bigger role this upcoming year. I have the ball in my hands a lot more. So
Yeah,
I'm
because L
excited.
did transfer. So like, do you feel like you have like a role that you, like you said, a bigger role to play?
I feel like with him leaving, like I got to step up now. It's kind of like my team for real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like sophomore year all over again.
Yeah. It's crazy like how like high school kind of like matches up with college. Like it's the same dynamic type stuff. So hopefully it goes how it went in high school.
Yeah.
And I don't have to play my junior senior year.
Yeah. So your junior year, no, your senior year, y'all made it all the way to states.
Yeah, we made it all the way to states and then we lost.
Yeah. Hopefully it's not like Okay, Michael. So what's the main goal for the new season? Like, what do you have? Like, what's the biggest goal you have for you?
Me personally, I want to make first or second team all ACC. I know coming in, like I'm not gonna be predicted for it because we had a bad season last. Oh, also I got snubbed off the all freshman team last year. It was 3 players on there that didn't have better stats than me. I'm gonna put that out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was because we had a bad year.
It don't matter.
But
Don't play with my
I know
first name.
upcoming like preseason predictions, they're not gonna have me on first or second team all ACC. So I want to do that as a personal goal. I want to average anywhere between like 12 to 15 on good shooting numbers, like 40% from 3. And then we gotta win for real. Like ultimately, like everything just comes down to winning. If you winning, you look good. Everybody else looks good, and more people are watching you. So
Yes. So you're excited for the new season?
yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. Can't wait.
Well, thank you so much, bestie. I'm so glad to have you on the podcast.
No problem. The first one.
First one. Yes. So go ahead and subscribe. Add us to where you could listen to any podcast. And yeah, see you for some more. Yeah.